Okay, so portrait drawing might be hard sometimes, but if you get used to it, the more you practice, the more you get better. So today I just want to take you guys on like a little walkthrough, real-time walkthrough of how I sketch my portraits. This normally takes me like 20 to 25 minutes, but um, yeah. So when I start my portraits, I normally start with the loomis method. If you have no idea what the loomis method is, I really recommend you check out some other videos on YouTube about the loomis method. I might make one of those in the future, but basically it's all about breaking down parts of the face into, you kind of like break down parts of the face. So I'm gonna just do that right now. This really helps because it certainly shows you where certain parts are supposed to go, where the eyebrows are supposed to go, where the nose is supposed to be placed, eyes, lips, everything. So make sure to check out the loomis method on YouTube. But other than that, that's how I actually start my sketch. After I am done with the loomis method, I then move on with a little bit of detailing here and there. I create the details with the eyes, the nose, the lips, and I erase all those guidelines from the loomis method just to help me with, with the overall sketch. After I erase my guidelines, I then proceed with a graphite pencil and just sketching out those details in the eyes, the nose, the lips, a little bit of hair here and there, and then after that I then start shading. Now, how I do shading may not be how you do shading, but this is my style, so I just want to share that with you guys. You may draw your portraits in a whole different way. It's okay, but yeah. So basically what I do is I break down the face. I look at the reference and I spot the dark parts, the midtones, and the highlights. So the dark parts are going to be obviously the shadows. The midtones are going to be where the skin is just basic without shadows or highlights. You know what I'm talking about? And then the highlights obviously are going to be where the light strikes the most. So if you look at this reference, you can actually see that the highlights are somewhere on the cheek, somewhere between the eyes there, and so on and so forth. And then the midtones are these are just places that are plain, no dark parts, no highlights, they're just plain. And then the dark parts are going to be the hair, here under the neck, stuff like that, under the chin, and stuff like that. After I've spotted this, now it's time for shading. I would normally start with the dark parts because it's easier to work my way from dark to light. So the technique I use is basically hatching. I just go back and forth with the pencil, just like that, creating those dark spots, and I break them down. I kind of like create, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but like I kind of create shapes, if it makes sense. So if I see on the left part of the face that there's a good amount of dark parts, I'm gonna like crop that in like a little circle and make sure that I create those dark parts. I do the same thing with highlights. You're gonna see after the drawing's done, but yeah. And obviously the style I'm using to draw allows me to create really thick bold lines when it comes to the outline of the drawings. So now moving on to the lips, I actually love this because it's these lips actually incorporate a lot of dark values, so I really want to like incorporate that in the portrait as well. Now for the eyes, here's like one of the most tricky parts. For the eyes, I normally just create custom eyes. I just don't I have a certain style, so I think it's important to incorporate what I love in a drawing. Just because you have a reference doesn't mean you should be forced to recreate exactly what's in the image. Nobody has a gun to your face saying, hey, recreate exactly what's in that image, if you know what I'm saying. So you have full control and power over your portrait. You're the artist, create what you want. So when it comes to the eyes, I like to like fade them from like up to down. I start with like a gradient from dark to light. So I start with like a gradient from like up in the eyes to down, and then after that I add the pupil in the middle. I add all those little tiny details and little eye highlights in the eyes. I just love incorporating, dark values and stuff like that. I just enjoy it, and here I am adding my final touches here and there with the skin, with the overall sketch. And I love working with darker values like the hair, the eyebrows, everything. So I do the same thing with the eyebrows, the same thing I did with the eyes, where I do like kind of a gradient thing. I start in the middle with the dark value, and then in the end just go in with like a softer mid-tone to highlight thing with the gradient. So that's really incredible. So here I am adding my final touches, and I hope you guys like it.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody is right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell